One of the most exciting part of this ceremony, where we are going to have a young lady, Mrs. Sonia Owens. Barita is 45 years old, and you have been with her for about 50. Sonia will speak on the Barita years. Give Sonia a very warm welcome, which encourages her to speak well, speak the truth, and speak long.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. Mrs. Lewin, congratulations. Tears came to my eyes earlier today when I saw you walk up to get your award. And I have been in dialogue with a lot of the Baritaites, those who have left long ago. And I want to speak from our perspective as employees of Mrs. Lewin, how family is very important. Mrs. Kuzlarty spoke about the immediate family, but to you, family extend also to your staff members, to your clients. And as a staff member, I can tell you that I got my second chance with you in the very first interview. Because when I walked into Melmac Avenue that day in 1984, you were multitasking. You were on the phone doing some transaction. And, I was ready to type my 80 words a minute or, do my shorthand at 140 words a minute. And Mrs. Lewin gave me a piece of paper and asked me to do a calculation, a simple interest calculation out of my head. So, after she corrected it, I had a chance to redeem myself and, I was hired. I was told that you're going to move to New Kingston pretty soon, and that was very exciting for a young girl. But second chances is what you have given. We have had Barita staff members who had left, gone elsewhere to work, lost that job, and you'll call me and say, Sonia, call ABC, ask them if they're okay. We have had a testimony from a current staff member who was out of a job for 3 months, and you sent and asked for him, and the first thing you asked him was, how much is the rent? How much is his rent? And you gave him the monies to pay his 3 months rent and gave him money to buy food. That is, this is Mrs. Lewin many times over. Barita was not in the loan business, but Mrs. Lewin would help out wherever she sees fit. We have had the head office, the ground floor of the head office turned into an apartment for a staff member who was in dire needs because of a fire. So Mrs. Lewin is very giving, very, very caring. And as I say, she will give second chances except in one instance. Don't mess with clients' money. Because as she said to the traders, listen, it's not your money. It's clients' money, so handle it with respect. And there is a time when Andre couldn't remind me in the 90s when a lot of merchant banks were popping up and Barita was just there. And all these companies were doing very well, and Andre Gooden, Coke and Goff, two Nigels came to you to say, we need to take more risk. Mrs. Lewin, we need to take more risk. We can't afford for those companies to pass us out. And your response was, they'll pass me on the way up and they'll pass me on the way down. And it was written. I tell you, no risk. That is Mrs. Lewin mantra. It is not my money to take those risks. So Mrs. Lewin, all of us far and near, who have left Barita so long ago. As you know, you had a function here for ex-staff members, and there was jealousy abound because not everybody could have been invited, and we were asking for around 2 and around 3 and around 4. So I'm hoping that is coming because we just want to be in your presence. We are so grateful for what you have done. You know, you have mentored us. Sonia Goldburn reached out to me to say, tell her, thank you for taking a chance on a 16-year-old who was going to Alpha at the time and needed the little money in the summer, summer program. You took her under your wing. Mr. Jacko, who calls you Mama, was self-hired because the construction site was there and he built a cook shop. And he became the security for the building because he said the ladies of the night had to be kept out. And the Monday morning when you opened the office at New Kingston location, he dressed up and he came in his suit. He said, I must kind of something, miss. I must kind of something. And he went on to be one of the longest workers, very honest, carry Barita's name with him everywhere. And he loves you, and I do. Congratulations. I just want to say that I've spoken about your love for your family. Your sister spoke about that. Your love for your staff and your love for your clients because you look out for them. And I want to say that we understand you building your legacy, and with Mr. Lewin by your side, you had listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and I remember asking, why is Mrs. Lewin listing? You're protecting your legacy, and we hope to continue to build on that. Thank you.